I start my life and the devil tries to play, but you know, we don't deal with devil. Devil and nastiness. Okay. So now, if we're gonna start again. Sorry for the inconvenience and the lack of certain things that try to stop us. Anyway, the state of man. We're gonna talk about the state of man today, which is soul. Right? Alright, people. You know, the Bible meaning of the word soul. There are three Hebrew words in the Old Testament and one Greek word in the New Testament. Right? The word in the they are Neshama. Neshamah. Neshama. It is in Isaiah 57:16, the soul which I have made. Then we have Nedibashin. Nedibashin. Job 30:15. They pursue the soul as the wind. Right? Yes, and we have Nepish. This is the next word in the Old Testament, sometimes translated as soul. Okay? Right. Pursue. P-S-U-C-H-E is the corresponding Greek word in the New Testament. This occurs 105 times and it's translated by 6 different words. Okay. Right. I use the following word interchangeable: spirit, voice, soul, breath, and life. And the Bible shares the same views. Okay. The human body is consistent of two parts: the body and life, which are sometimes called the soul, breath, voice, and spirit. Okay. Look at Genesis 4:8-10 and 1 Thessalonians 5:23. We're going to examine them anyway. Genesis 4:8-10. And Cain talked with his brother Abel. And it came to pass when they were in the field that Cain rose up against Abel his brother and slew him. Verse 9 said, And the Lord said unto Cain, Where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? Verse 10 now come to confirm and said, And he said, What hast thou done? God, this is God speaking according to the Bible. The voice of thy brother's blood cried unto me from the ground. The voice of thy brother's blood cried unto me from the ground. Okay, let's go through. 1 Thessalonians 5:23. And the very God, according to Paul, and the very God of peace sanctify you wholly. And I pray, God, your whole spirit and soul and body. Paul tried to separate spirit from soul and make it different. Watch this now. Spirit and soul and body preserve blameless unto the coming of our Lord Jesus Christ. Here Paul tried to separate spirit and soul. He give the impression that they are separate. Paul never ceased to amaze me anyway. Bible, we are talking about people. Read Bible. My question to all my listeners who is listening now: can a soul die? Can life die? Can voice die? Can breath die? Can spirit die? So the question is, can a soul die? Let's find out. And we're going to examine from Bible to what Bible said. The soul or life is opposite to death. Therefore, life cannot die. However, the house that life resides in can die. This is popularly known as the body or flesh. It cannot die. And death or dead cannot live. They are totally opposite, if you understand me. Darkness and light. Can light become dark? Can dark become light? No. But a place that is dark can become lit. And a place that is lit can become dark. Anyway, darkness appear. Anyway, light appear, darkness have to go. Not a word. All right. In Ezekiel 18 verse 4, the Bible said, and Ezekiel referred to the whole man as a soul. Yes, sometimes the Bible do that. Have a look at James 5:20 and also Job 7:15. But in the meantime, you have to go back and read Genesis 4:10. When God said, the voice of thy brother's blood cried unto me, the voice of thy brother's blood cried unto me from the ground. Here the Bible uses the term voice as an entity outside of a man. You following? I hope you do. In James 5:20, let him know that he which covereth the sinner from the error of his way shall save a soul from death, and shall hide a multitude of sin. Right here, James is making reference to the soul as a whole person or a man. Save a soul from death. The soul that sinneth shall surely die, according to Ezekiel. This is in the context the Bible called the whole man's soul. But not every part of the Bible do that. So we have to understand context. In the Bible, we hear that Noah preached to the spirit in prison. He was referring to the whole human being, but they call him spirit. So let us analyze and see that there's an entity, or find out that there's an entity outside of a man that is called soul, voice, breath, life, and spirit. Job 7:15. So that my soul chaseth strangling and death rather than life. In that context, Job is saying his body again is referring to the body and soul. Man is said to be of mortal. In the sense, Job means that the body or the house life reside in, according to Job 4:17. Shall mortal man be more just than God? Shall a man be more pure than his maker? Now, Paul echoed what Job said years ago in Romans 6:12. However, in Romans 8:11, he mentioned the spirit which shall wake the flesh at the resurrection. This spirit is the same life that will reconcile with the flesh according to the teaching of Christianity in 2 Corinthians 4:11. All right. Have you ever wondered what happened to the life when someone passes on? One thing for sure, the body go down in the earth and dissolve. It disintegrates into the earth. Because the truth is, life cannot die. Life remains living in the spiritual realm. It is not tangible, therefore, it is impossible to see or feel it. This doesn't mean it is not there. I say with the Holy Ghost. Is it possible for the living to communicate with those that pass on or dead? Excuse me. It is very possible for the living to communicate with those that have separated from the flesh. Spirit, soul, breath, or voice knew how to communicate with each other. Just like the animal, they speak via life that is in them. Remember, I told you before that everything that life touches has intelligence. Bear that in mind. The ant know when to secure their food. They know that winter is coming and they are well aware of the danger of it when it comes. The dog know when he eat grass because grass is the dog medicine. Who told the dog to eat grass? Did he learn that from some university or something? No. Or some book? No. The same for ant, crocodile. Crocodile full of stone to control the digesting system. You got to remember that. Each time the crocodile swallow something and the food stuck in his stomach, he grab a stone and swallow it and it press down, suppress his digesting system if you don't know. The dolphin is smart enough to know that any minute he can get an attack. Thus, the dolphin sleep with one eye open throughout his lifetime. You understand? These are what life does to people or anything that has life. The human being and animal have two types of intelligence. The primary intelligent and the secondary intelligent. One is physical and the other is spiritual. Right? The brain is the physical intelligent agency of man. And the life is also an agency of intelligence. When man dies, his brain dies with him. On the contrary, the life does not die with man. If you could find the life and put it into a dead man or statue, immediately that man or statue will become alive, believe it or not. And life is what moves. Life is the engine of the body. The baby. When a child is born, he cannot speak, even though he has tongue. However, he uses his hand, right? His hand, intelligent to communicate with those who closest to him. So the baby will give signal with his hand and mouth and do them thing there and stuff like that. Him or her. In most cases, the mommy or whoever, right? Perfectly. And they understand perfectly what the baby is doing and stuff like that and stuff like that. Human being, we all have one thing in common, and that is the life in us. Rich, poor, wise, foolish, we are one and the same, and we have the same thing in us, that is life. The tree have it, to the river have it, everybody, everything that life touch are intelligent. So I refer to them as slave and master. No one can see or touch it, which is life, vice, breath, and soul, spirit. One thing for sure, we know that it is there, and no matter what study one done on the human body, whether it be psychology or anatomy, it is impossible to take up a part of the human body or the animal and say this was his life, this was his vice, this was his breath, this was his soul, or this was his spirit. You cannot do that physically. What make one dead is the life that come out of one, the vice, the soul, the spirit that come out of one. Life goes into the flesh and blend in the human being and also in the animals. They has two types, as I said, of intelligent. One come with the body and the other is called the brain. One come with the body with the brain. It's called, the other is called vice, breath, soul, or spirit. The master, this is the master. It dictates what is best for you. The body, our house. In every man there is a war going on. One is saying do while the other is saying do not do nothing. Okay. This is what Christians use to justify good and evil. They say one is good and the other is evil. If one continues to resist the good advice and select the bad, it will come back again and play in reverse form. This is what known as karma. In the scientific world, listen to the good, listen to the good and accompany it. Request your reward will be multiplied. All right, yes. Resisting the claim of life and the advice it gives can lead to brain damage. Too much strain will be put on your brain. The brain can only take so much. Just like the physical can only take so much. Whipping from gravity. In the scientific world, it is called mad. But from a spiritual point of view, it is known as conflict between slave and master. We all know what happened to slave when he refused to comply with his master's instruction. Another fascinating thing about life is that if it is put in a situation where it becomes uncomfortable, it will leave you, sometimes indefinitely or for a short period of time. Take, for example, someone met in an accident. The shock from that accident scared the daylight out of life that was in that person, and it become uncomfortable. It depend on the force that hit the life. Life come out of you and they say you are in coma. Sometimes you stay in coma for a week, for months. Sometimes you're dead. Our life never come back. So now, people, you see, we understand that it's a complicated situation, but I rush it through for you. And the truth is, vice, soul, breath, life, and spirit, they are one and the same. No doctor, nobody can cut your body when you're dead and say this was his vice, this was his breath, this was his soul, this was his spirit. It can't happen. But does one have that? Yes, we all do. You see what happened now, people? So now the brain is the physical intelligent agency of the body, and the life is also the spiritual intelligent agency of the body. You admit and agree that the tree has life in it, and the tree intelligent enough to produce its own kind. The animal has intelligent have life in it, and the animal is intelligent enough to do the right thing. They know when to have sex, they know when to eat, they know when to. I told you the crocodile swallow the stone for digesting system. The dog eat the grass for digesting system. The ants go and pick up food and take it to his home, and he go on and on. The dolphin sleep with one eye shut throughout his life. One part of the dolphin brain is shut off while sleeping. Today the left side shut off, tomorrow the right side, and it go like that right through the life of the dolphin. Because the dolphin have to be on alert right through his life, looking to see if it's gonna come under attack. Loving good people. I believe I leave something with you. And trust me, for further, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. For further reasoning, just click the notification bell and you will be notified whenever time I come on with something more. Okay? Bless up on yourself. Take good care of yourself and see you soon. Bless up. Work good.